Let's talk about Teams. So in this session, we're going to talk about what is new in Teams.
Yes, in general.
Within the meeting area.
Yeah.
So what have you experienced within the last couple of weeks?
Oh, the last couple of weeks has been all about new updates on LinkedIn, what's happening, what's in general announcement, etc. But the most thing for me is actually the Surface Hub. It's going to be a new Microsoft Teams room. And
really
it's really interesting because I always felt closely to the hub because it's really nice to draw and everything. It just works out of the box, and you could bring it into coordinated meetings, etc.
The ultimate collaboration tool.
Exactly, and I cannot see where they're gonna go with this, Microsoft. Sorry for this, but. Because the signature rooms, etc., had this in the design, so will it just be in there and working as a whiteboard together with the signature room? How is it going to go? Because it's going to be an MTR system, and
so that's one thing for sure.
There might be someone out there that haven't heard what's going to happen. With
yeah,
the
sorry,
Hub.
yeah.
So maybe we should start about that. So basically, the Surface Hub is now part of the Teams Rooms family.
Yep.
And will be a full Teams Rooms on Windows since it's a Windows-based device.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And the reason for that is that Surface was running on a team version of Windows 10.
Yeah.
Windows 10 Team and not Teams.
But Team, exactly.
Yeah.
And that has end of life. So and it will not be continued in Windows 11 or anything like that. So that's the main reason why they announced this. So
So basically, at least the support, the security will go away from the Surface Hub. You might be able to run it still.
Yeah, in the old Surface Hub manner, in 2025-ish something.
Exactly.
And then it will be a Teams room system.
Yeah.
Really nice Teams room system, if you ask me. That's really something that's on top of my mind these days.
So, say one of the big questions is what's going to happen with that personally sign-in experience that you had when you walk up to a hub and you want to work with your own documents, your own data, everything. We just come in, click sign in, and of course go through that sign-in process, and everything is like at home on your own PC. So I think that's the biggest question that we're facing now. What's going to happen with that experience?
But it's not something that's going to change straight away, as I see it. It will take a while. So don't be afraid. It's an optional update for the future here. But in 2025, it will be end of life.
One could cross your fingers and hope that that part will be built into the Windows meeting room system. That will be the best solution.
Yes, exactly.
Again, there are some licenses that probably needs to be Power BI and what else we have, the entire Office pack. So that will probably be some...
A Pro Plus license?
Yeah, Pro Plus,
I think the main differentiator for the Surface Hub was basically a device that you would be able to sign into and then get full access to everything in your OneDrive, in your Teams, in your channels. And that was what it was actually, why it was worth the money.
Yes.
So right now, becoming a part of the Teams Rooms family, which also recently launched the ability to start a whiteboard within the meeting and write it out with ad hoc whiteboard. Those will be there as well.
Exactly.
And one of the big questions I hear from customers is that what's happened with that whiteboard you do a drawing? So I mean, let's try to just summarize it up. So if you are starting a meeting board during a meeting, that meeting board will be saved with the contents within the meeting. So you can get back, and if you have recurrent meetings, you will have that meeting board contents, and you can take it up in every meeting you have.
Exactly.
But if you do an ad hoc meeting, a whiteboard drawing, then what's happening? That's the biggest question that we hear a lot. So
that depends. If you leave it there, it's there. But if you leave the hub or the Teams rooms, then it will be gone.
Exactly.
So it's not saved anywhere. So right now, and that's basically one of my, I think, cons right now on the device is that if you start on a hot whiteboard
and invite people,
but you can invite people. You need to start a meeting to actually save the whiteboard. And I think if going back a bit in the time where on the Surface Hub, one of the first versions on the Surface Hub, where you could basically, either send it by mail, send it by picture in high or low quality, or basically just sign in and then save it to your own account. Yeah. These options are not there anymore. So that is
exactly
a lack
that
of
is a lot of the questions or feedback we get
from customers. Yeah. So,
but again, a really nice functionality that you just go up, and if you have to, of course, you have the touch screen for drawing and so on. But one click button, take a deep breath, and it's ready to go.
It will be really nice, and it's a perfectly matched hardware for the application. And how will the hub be for the future? Will we be able to use all Teams certified device with it? That's also something, right? Because then you can actually do some pretty nice rooms with it.
But already today you can use, like, if it's a Team certified device,
you can mix and
basically
match.
also another product.
You can mix and match.
Maybe work.
Yeah, would work, but now it's more a static product. So you.
Oh yeah, definitely. But I think the main thing and my considerations for Microsoft is that like killing the little baby, or is there still a market out there for the Surface Hub?
I don't know, but it will be the first battery-powered MTR system out there, right? So,
I have a battery at home.
It could be. So.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. So it's still a great device, and the quality of the touchscreen is outstanding.
Yes.
So compared to other touchscreen, it's still a really high-end touch experience.
Still in the high end.
Definitely.
Supreme touch.
Yeah. And then it's basically up to the customer. Should we choose that device, which is nicely designed, best touch experience, or should we choose Teams rooms and then have another touchscreen of some manufacturer and then have whatever experience that gives?
It will be funny to see how the market embracing the new boards where we have all-in-one solution.
Exactly.
To see if that's going to take some of the market share.
Yeah, wasn't it another manufacturer just announcing the other day D10 or something?
D10,
so
D10
they also coming announced. Yeah. So there is more manufacturers in this field, and maybe it's killing the darlings, right? So they're gonna step down. I don't know. That's just guessing from our side.
And
but
the partners that as well. Could be something.
I guess that in the end will up to the customers.
Exactly.
How many will keep buying the Surface Hub? So that's really interesting.
And now that there are Windows announcement, the new app that's coming out to Windows Room Systems 4.16 are actually going to come with a major change. So anyone want to buy in with that?
Yes. So 4.16, just to be clear, that is for Windows. So that
Windows.
is the Windows-based devices getting that update. And you would probably also, to be clear, this is not just an update for the application. Is basically a new Teams application, but
it's
what
a new look and feel.
Is a new look and feel. So the Windows-based system will be more looking like on the Android-based devices.
And who would have guessed that actually Android was where they were drawing the design and the workout too? I mean, that's
and
we're talking about Microsoft here.
But it's also coming in. I actually don't know if it's there yet, but you will be able to change the image of the background of the front of room display and the screen itself to something new, a new layout, so you can do some stuff there. You could actually do that in some of the really first release, but then they took it apart again.
On the new one here, it's become much easier to pick the right background for your monitors. If you have single monitor, dual monitor, Microsoft has created some really nice articles where they actually showing the pixelation and which area they're putting their stuff, like the scheduling menu where you can see which kind of meeting is coming up, the park and all that stuff. So they're doing an awesome job for getting it easier.
But it's also so the company who owns the equipment, they can brand themselves right and tell the customer how are you going to use the system, etc. So that's a big feature that's really will do an impact, I think, on
Just like we can on Android.
Yeah. No.
Coming soon.
But
Yeah.
maybe someday, right? So
Yeah, maybe someday. Yeah. So right now, like customizing the background, doing your own company branding, that is a Windows-based solution.
But when you see in the roadmap, they're saying I can't remember, it's 3 or 5 custom backgrounds that you can begin, that are coming where you can upload to the system.
Exactly, yeah.
And when that part is implemented, maybe that's the way they're going with Android. So maybe let's cross our fingers and hope that's what
indeed
going to happen with the Android part. That we need to verify the.
But again, one thing that's nice is they have the meeting calendar on the big screen and everything. So
and again, I've heard some of the reaction. Can we remove that? And actually, you can do that on the Windows. There is an option where you can remove that because you might not want to have your schedule. I know you can do a lot of Exchange stuff where you are hiding some, but some customers have got.
They don't want to have.
We don't want it, and it is an option that you just sit in the configuration file of the Windows.
Indeed.
So if you don't want the new
you can enable the new layout. No, you can enable the new layout, but you can remove the calendar part of the new layout.
Okay.
So you get the same field and you get the same touch control and so, but the calendar appointments are removed from the main screens.
So
what other features are in the new Windows update?
I have a feeling that they've done something about the whiteboard app. So the whiteboard app is launching faster. It's working more flawless. It's really nice push in the right direction to be able to work the whiteboarding in a meeting. So.
That journey whiteboard is coming on is just an awesome one. We're starting that you need a PC to enable it.
We can start it right. So
Yeah, so I think that is probably more on the coding side instead of the
whiteboard.
So they moved away from the legacy coding now into, I think it's called View 2 instead of Electron that they used to code in. So it will be much faster. It will be easier for Microsoft to update across all units. So I think it's definitely the user experience. It launches much faster.
Exactly.
And what else did we get? So there was a change also on the front row. Usually you had like raise hand on the left-hand side, chat on the right-hand side, content in the middle, and the people in the bottom. So that has changed a bit.
Now you can decide if you want it or don't want it. But you can also change the size on Windows, how high the image should be. Again, I think you still need a really large screen before you will go the front row direction, because content will shrink down.
It looks good when you see it, but it just, again, have to bear in mind, what is it? It's the contents that we want to see as well.
But again, I have some clients who has boardrooms where they're not traveling to board meeting, and it's multinational companies, so they actually need this front row scenarios, and they really love that. So for them, actually, it would be really nice that they have a dynamic view, so that you can put the content to the side, and you have the dynamic view of a person speaking on the right, and then you had all the rest of the board in the bottom, so it will swap whoever was speaking. That will be.
You mean like an active speaker?
Active speaker on the side of the content instead. So I really would love that feature to be implemented. So
makes perfect sense.
So and that's because today after COVID, we don't see the board members, etc., are traveling that much. It's easy to have them on Teams, clear meeting. That's all they need. Next.
Okay. So what else did we see? We also got a new application for Android. So that one is out. I can't remember the full name of it.
I don't remember. No.
I only remember the 4 last digits, and that is my indication of the version. So that one is out, and we got a new feature set in there on Android. Front row is now on
Android as well.
On Android as well. So that's nice.
That's indeed nice, because now you can also do these small signature rooms with Android devices. You're not locked into using a Windows device anymore. That's coming in handy a few times now. So
finally it's here. Something we've been waiting for since announcement. When can we get it on Android?